Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Block Thrasher Daily Crypto Update. You might be able to hear it in my voice. I am exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm not sure what is going on. Maybe my body's fighting something. I don't know. As a result, I'm recording this episode very late today. However, we're going to do our normal thing. We're going to look at the top, hottest news stories of the day. But I'm going to do this a little bit quicker. I've got a bunch of stuff that I have to do. I'm sorry for the delay. Sorry that I'm late this morning. But let's just jump right into it and get everything done ASAP. All right. Word of the day is manavolins. Manavolins. It means miscellaneous scraps or small items, especially of food or gear. MANAVELINS. What's going on in the cryptocurrency space? What's going on in the market? Currently, the total market cap is down negative 3.4%. Ouch. The roller coaster ride continues. It seems like every day we're up, down, up, down, up, down from day to day. 2, 3, 4, 5%. Currently, Bitcoin dominance is at 43.9%. Ethereum's dropped down in dominance to 17%, and the gas prices are starting to rise. We've got 35 GWAY for standard. Bitcoin was not able to hold the $50,000 mark. It is now down 3.3% in the last 24 hours to $38,847. Ethereum down 5.3% to $2,423. Binance down 5.2% to $348. Cardano down 3.6% to $1.51. Dogecoin down 3.4% to 30 cents. XRP down 4.1% to 83. It's like the entire market is moving in tandem, and it's a bloody day. It's red across the board. And on the week, it's only Bitcoin and Polkadot that are still in the green. Bitcoin's still up 15.7% on the week because it was down closer to 30,000 7 days ago. Polkadot down as well, 3.9%, $23.29. Uniswap down 6.3% to $22.11. Very, very difficult market to predict at the moment. Solana, interestingly, is continuing to rise in its position in regard to market cap, even though it is also down 3.6%. Currently 38.88, coming in at number 13. So Solana's looking good. And as we've been talking about, predicting on this show for a number of weeks now, maybe even months, Solana continues to rise in its market cap position. All right, all of the news today is good. There's no significant FUD. So why the market is taking this downturn, anybody's guess. I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that's going to claim to know the reason why. And there may be something. Or it could just be that the sentiment out there is uncertainty right now. However, the news is, as I stated earlier, mostly really, really, really positive. Here's a good story that would be positive, and that is that General Motors is saying that they may start accepting Bitcoin if there's customer demand. This, according to the CEO, Mary Barra. So what does this mean? This means that everybody needs to go and test drive a Chevy or another vehicle made by General Motors and ask the salesman, do you accept crypto? I'd like to pay with crypto. So let's get out there and let's do that. Also, in the positive news column category, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is launching a blockchain-powered Airbnb competitor. I'll tell you what, it's hard. This is what's hard about Binance. It's hard to love them on the one hand because their blockchain is so centralized and has other issues. And I don't want to see a company like Binance become the Facebook of crypto, if you know what I mean, sort of dominant, right? We don't want that. We want to see more competition, and however, they keep doing really, really smart things. And here's another example. The leading crypto exchange Binance is partnering with crypto-friendly Travala.com, a travel booking site, to build a decentralized blockchain-based competitor to Airbnb called dTravel. So this platform, dTravel, though, will be integrated on the Travala.com site. It will offer guests a decentralized platform to rent out rooms or homes similar to Airbnb's core business. However, it will be governed entirely by users holding the service's TRVL token, travel token. According to Travala.com co-founder and CEO Juan Otero, dTravel will launch on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chains on June 16th. Very interesting. So this is coming up right now. It's June. Whoa, it is June 16th. Does that mean that it's launching today? I guess it does. Rock and roll. So the goal here, according to Otero, is to go mainstream. D-Travel, he says, is going to be built to become a frictionless on-ramp into crypto, and just like it, can become one of the largest and most decentralized DAOs, or distributed autonomous organizations, in the world. It can also become one of the best use cases for crypto because travel is one of the best vehicles for crypto adoption. Everybody travels, especially going into the post-COVID phase. Absolutely. And you know what I wonder is not stated here is whether or not the people that rent out their houses, rooms, etc., will be able to get paid in the travel token. This is huge. This is brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal. I love this. If that is the case, that would be really, really cool, because then they could easily just convert it to Ethereum or convert it to BNB. I could see a lot of people jumping on board and talk about a real use case. And, I'm guessing that they're starting with Ethereum and they're starting with BNB. I'm pretty sure they're going to just go right onto the Cardano blockchain and some of the others as well. We already know that Travala is pretty much blockchain agnostic and wants to do that. So this is a really great thing. Now, the thing that pops to my mind is who's going to do this, and I'm sure someone will, but who's going to do this with food delivery, for instance? Your Grubhubs, your DoorDashes, your Uber Eats, and your Uber type, your taxi services. I mean, I can just see that the people that work in those industries, the people that use those services, are the perfect match for crypto, because they tend to be more tech savvy, younger people using their phones for all those types of services. This would be brilliant. It'd be brilliant to see dApps that get launched that actually work. The issue with it here is for a long time, with Ethereum, it really hasn't been practical to do that sort of thing because it just isn't fast enough and the transaction fees are too high. But that's beginning to change. So good news. All right. Also good news. The Federal Reserve is likely to maintain interest rates at 0 and to keep buying $120 billion. Now, this hasn't happened yet. I think the meeting is actually today. And this is just a journalist over at Trust Notes who's speculating that this is what's going to happen. But this is the expectation. It's incredibly likely that this is what will happen. According to this journalist, the Fed is likely to say after its 2-day policy meeting, which concludes today, that it will maintain short-term interest rates near 0 and it will keep buying $120 billion in government bonds and corporate bonds. However, the Wall Street Journal reports the Fed is likely to signal a raise in interest rates sooner than previously stated, with their last suggestion being they expected interest rates to remain at current levels until 2023. Yeah, so what's going to happen is they're going to say, oh yeah, we're planning on raising interest rates sooner than before, but they're not going to. So it's this game where it's like, oh yeah, we're doing nothing now. We're not raising interest rates, but we're gonna, to sort of just like give everyone the expectation that they actually can. When in reality, the truth of the matter is they probably most likely can't, because if they were to raise interest rates, then the government would not even be able to service their debt, and they're up against the wall. They've got constraints. Now, at the same time, as this journalist continues on, this follows a rise of 5% in inflation during May, which some see as misleading because it compares to last May 2020 when the economy was completely shut down and the velocity of money plunged. Wall Street Journal nonetheless claims this inflation rate makes Fed uncomfortable, even though they think this reflects temporary factors that should fade later this year. Now, here's the thing about the inflation rate. There's all these factors that are coming into play with the monetary base being increased, the stimulus that's occurring. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm looking at. And I'm out and about a lot. And here's what I'm observing. Everywhere you go here in the U.S., and I've been in Texas, I've been in Idaho, I've been in Washington State, I've been in Wyoming State, I've been in Oregon, I've been all over the place. Everywhere you go, people cannot get people to work. There's a labor shortage. Starbucks, Subway, every single restaurant you can think of, Buffalo Wild Wings, you name it, everywhere you go. They don't have enough employees. Some places are even shutting down on weekends because they can't get enough employees. You try to go through a fast food drive-through at McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. Half the time it's a 30-hour, that'd be ridiculous, 30-minute wait because they've only got 2 people working in there. They can't get enough people to work. Now, this is not just in the fast food industry. This is also happening. The other day I ordered a tool, right, from an auto parts place because I'm fixing somebody's truck for them. Just another thing that I like to do, work on diesel trucks, right? So I'm fixing this truck. I ordered this tool, supposed to come next day. 3-4 days later, it finally comes in. Why? Because they say, oh yeah, we talked, and apparently Federal Express is short 4,000 people. They can't get them to come back on. Now, this is also happening in all the industries and all the businesses that produce everything, from your food to your clothes to your tools, you name it. So we're seeing shortages. A lot of the restaurants, they're like, yeah, sorry, we're not serving this item because we can't get pork, or we can't get chicken, or we can't get beef, or there's a shortage on this or a shortage on that. And this is starting to happen across the country. We're starting to see some shortages. So why am I bringing all of this up? I'm bringing all this up because the crisis, which is upon us, which this could get worse. I believe this will get worse. And that crisis may end up being far worse than COVID itself. And all is a result of the response to COVID, whether it be the shutdown, which destroyed productivity and stopped business from happening, or whether it be the financial response. So you've got these two plays going on, and this is where it comes into play with inflation and what could happen with inflation. You've got production's been destroyed, but demand remains the same. People still need the same stuff. Not only that, actually, demand has been increased because now we're opening back up. People are going back out and doing things again, and they're buying. They want to buy. They have the money to buy because they received all this stimulus money, right? So we're sending out stimulus money. So you've got more money in people's pockets chasing less goods and services. Does that make sense? Because goods and services aren't being produced because people don't work, and they largely don't want to work because they don't need to work because they're still getting paid more on unemployment, or they've received enough stimulus or whatever. Their spending was down because they were locked in their homes because of COVID. So all these factors are coming together to create an environment where there's less goods and services and more money to buy them. What does that mean? That means prices are going up. At the same time, these restaurants and businesses in desperation are trying to get people to work, and they're paying more than they ever have before. They're just upping it. McDonald's is starting people at $13 an hour, even in states where the minimum wage is at $7 or, more. Some restaurants, I've heard of restaurants that are now paying servers $30 an hour just to get them to come in and work. So now they're making 30 plus tips. So this is what's going on. So yeah, it's likely that we're going to see some serious inflation. And the official number now is 5%. We haven't had an official number of 5% in a long time. The official number, though, is always cooked to be lower than actuality. So we got some serious inflation going on already out there, my friends, and we might be seeing significant more. And this is actually very, very bullish for crypto, because as the dollar loses purchasing power, as prices rise, the same happens with crypto, since it is a deflationary store of value, generally speaking. Now, obviously, the market also is, as we've been noting, up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's volatile. But that said, at the end of the day, the long-term trend is that it increases in purchasing power against the dollar as the dollar loses that purchasing power. Here's an interesting, bullish, positive story. And this is coming from, as this journalist from Daily Hodl says, one of the top analysts, based upon the number of followers that he has, Tyler Swoop. But he's pointing out some good information here. So it isn't about him, it's about the information that's being presented. And that is that the world's wealthiest have big plans for Bitcoin and crypto. Possibly. That's the hypothesis. The world's richest people have big plans for Bitcoin and crypto, according to widely followed analyst Tyler Swoop. In a new video, the host of Chico Crypto takes a look at BlackRock. So BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with $8.76 trillion in assets under management. Now, this is going to blow your mind, right? The total market capitalization of cryptocurrency is just $1.665 trillion. And this asset manager, BlackRock, single-handedly alone has $8.76 trillion in assets. So 6-7 times the total cryptocurrency market capitalization, just this one asset manager. The recent moves into crypto industry is what he's looking at here. According to Swoop, BlackRock's embrace of the crypto space is a sign that big things may be coming in the market. So what have they done? So this is what he says. Why must this bull run go on? Well, there is a BTC wave fueled by some of the richest people in the world and some of the most powerful positions from people managing the most money worldwide. Trillions of those making decisions on the delicate global stage. All right, so we've got comments from BlackRock's chief investment officer, Rick Reeder, who revealed that the financial giant had been dabbling in Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin had evolved to a point where it is becoming an acceptable part of one's portfolio. There's some meat here that I want to get to in this story, though, with more definite details. Let's see. Swoop also mentions the fact that multiple BlackRock executives, including sustainable investment lead Brian Deese and senior investment advisor Wally Ademo, have been given key positions in the Biden administration to influence economic policy. Okay, interesting. He adds that BlackRock has gotten heavily involved with the Bitcoin mining industry, integrating it with the company's agenda to be the global leader in sustainable investing. In the words of Mark Weidman, the investment giant's head of corporate strategy. So BlackRock is getting into the mining game, all right? According to Swoop, BlackRock could be taking advantage of the emerging conversation around sustainable Bitcoin mining by utilizing its partial control over Marathon Digital Holdings. Marathon Digital Holdings is the biggest U.S. Bitcoin mining company and a member of the recently formed Bitcoin Mining Council. That's the council that was formed by Michael Saylor. When you remember, we've talked about this, Elon Musk and some of the largest mining companies of Bitcoin mining companies in the U.S. all got together and they formed this Bitcoin Mining Council, right? So Marathon Digital Holdings is part of that council, and BlackRock has taken partial control over Marathon Digital Holdings. So with BlackRock, you can see the narrative forming. Sustainability on the one hand and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency on the other. Although their Bitcoin mining play with Marathon shows these two hands are colliding, and this ties into their upcoming hashing power boost with the new mining machines, moving their machines into Texas to be powered by renewable technology, which would put the operation 70% carbon neutral when it goes live. So this is what Marathon Digital Holdings is doing. They are taking all of their mining machines. They've got new mining machines. They're moving into Texas. They're building a massive facility that is going to be using renewable energy, and they're going to bring their carbon footprint down to 70% neutrality. So very, very, very good stuff and very interesting. Also great to see that increase of mining here in the U.S. and particularly in Texas. So Swoop posits that based on everything BlackRock has been doing to get involved with the crypto industry, there may be something they know that everyone else doesn't. He said this: they aren't just stopping with Bitcoin futures trading, markets, and mining. They're going all in with digital assets. These moves, these hires, this planning, it's obvious to me they are moving and moving quickly. I wonder why. Do they know something that we don't? All right, last segment of the day, a little bit of Cardano news, another crypto analyst, and this is just for fun. This is the kind of thing where, hey, the price predictions, they're for fun. Nobody knows. We can't know. But here's a possible price prediction for Cardano if we continue on with a bull market and if everything happens according to plan. So there's ifs in this thing, right? But this analyst says that Cardano could very likely go over $10 in 2021. Popular pseudo-anonymous analyst and trader Crypto Capo, you can follow him at Crypto Capo if you want, _ on Twitter, says that the price of Cardano ADA is very likely to go over $10 this year. Last Sunday, June 13th, he said that it is still very likely for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano to go over $100K for Bitcoin, $10K for Ethereum, and $10 respectively for Cardano by the end of the year. Earlier today, the crypto influencer, who has been super bullish on Cardano for quite a while, said that ADA remains one of the largest holdings in his portfolio. He tweeted and said, Bitcoin looks very good, Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin, and ADA looks better than Ethereum. ADA remains one of my biggest bags now. And I second and agree with all of that. Back in March, his technical analysis of Cardano's price action led him to conclude that Cardano could reach $3 to $4 in the medium term and $30 in the long term. All right, like I said, it's fun to think that these things could become possibilities. And obviously, absolutely, they could. So many forces in play. All right, friends, I hope you have a great day on this Wednesday and that you have a very productive day. Enjoy the summer weather out there. Obviously, depending on where you are, that could be very different than where I am. Remember, it's always a great day to earn and stack more crypto, and this actually might be a good day. We'll jump back and then just look at the market real quickly and see what's going on here as we refresh that. Things are a bit in the red. Nothing is significantly down. It's not like there's a fire sale going on or any fantastic, incredible deals out there. But in the last hour, we're starting to see green. Totally, everything's up another 1% or so. So that red is becoming less, and we shall see. We shall see. That's what makes this fun. Of course, for the long-term investors and hodlers, looking at the prices every day just really doesn't matter much. It's more for entertainment purposes, and than it is for anything else. All right, hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye now.